Yeah, I mean, hopefully it is for them because that's an unfortunate loss, right? In the correction of what you were saying earlier, it was 130 to 250, so it wasn't the 100-point point club loss that we expected to see, but it certainly, again, wasn't really a loss that you want to have on your side of the spectrum. So that being said, a couple of shots traded across the map there. MCW's ringing. Sky is able to find the first, and hopefully there on after, the New World Order will follow and take home that round number 1.
Looking to go north up to the B site, but that smoke's going to make it a little bit harder as Ras goes down to low health. Red falls all the way around the outside. Kitty jumps in, and he will say thank you very much, but actually it was React who got it from afar. Oh, Grim gets involved, and he gets a little feisty. Finds 2, but that's the round for New World Order. And that was looking great at the get-go for the guys in blue. But New World Order just kept things going.
Yeah, I mean, a fiery start, or a fiery ending to Old Family met with a fiery start from New World Order is exactly the energy that you want to see, and it's exactly what we saw here as he moved on and proved through that round number 1. Of course, React, he's the man who certainly made a name for himself as well, 3 to his name, nearly getting an ace in the process. You'd love to see it if you're a New World Order fan, but you also have a little bit of a point of concern as well, Hyper, because you want to make sure that everyone on the team is getting their equal kills.
I'll tell you what, who's getting some equal kills. The trade has been turned over. Old Family Esports will take the opening kill in their favor. Key already taken out, but hello, Leighton. Using a massive wraparound. He needs to quickly rush in. But I tell you what, Sky's got a lovely peek. Smoke Master 101 jumps in, finds an easy pick. Down to Sky, left alive. He did well in the smoke before, but can't do it for a second time.
No. Certainly cannot do it. Old Family answering to that call of action like you were saying that was made. We move on through against New World Order. There it is, deadly with the last one. Dome right to the face with that Rival 9 held in hand. And, well, there's a statement, right? New World Order made a statement. Fiery start to that round number 1. And as a result, yeah, Old Family did the same thing and kicked it right back into them. So they're not done. They're certainly shown no sign of slowing down, and they know, once they might not be the first ones to bite, but they want to be the last. That's exactly what we're seeing here as we move on over into this round number 3. And there it is, right off the bat. Wall of blue all around the map. No one is able to get over to A unless they go through Grime into the process. But nades and tacticals will give that information they need.
Yeah, and in doing so, you can see Sky going a little aggressive into the mid area. Needs to be careful down south because Grim is there. I don't think you can see him just yet according to the mini-map, but it's going to jump into sight line. Yes, he will! Guy says thank you very much. That's number 2 for himself and a full ace sight in their favor. But you can see Rasco, Martskis, they're not moving. They know if they start moving around, they risk themselves from being killed unnecessarily. So stick to the buddy system. Go for these engagements together. Martskis, good read. Absolute good read. You need to be checking your corners. And in doing so, not straying too far away from his buddy. Martskis, he's got a feeling. He's got something. He's just trying to read the information. Now we know someone is close by. Can't seem to get any more information, but look at Keys. He's about to push out here. Move that door the wrong way. You give away your entirety of location, and in doing so, he jumps out time. Will get traded, and there it is. New World Order. Very much. An old family looking to be a doable situation just went against them.
Yeah, it was a doable situation at that, but Sky will be the man to say, no, 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 sir. This is my map, this is my mode, and this is why I'm 7-1 here on Invasion. What a fiery start from New World Order after that unfortunate deficit in the hard point. Now, they're looking to be the ones that want to come out here dominant, especially, like I said earlier, Sky, 4 streak to his name, 2 more kills, and that should easily be a quick and easy round with the cruise missile in that back pocket. That being said, moving on to the next.
He does need to get 2 kills, and that's always well and good, but especially when you have a team like Old Family Esports, they're really showing up and making sure New World Order are pressed every single time. That ain't gonna come all too easy. React, good amount of information, knowledge that this is gonna go A, and in doing so, Leighton gets first blood. Now this is advantage to New World Order. Break that pendulum and give them a little bit of an advantage. But just as I speak, trades back and forth. Sky now 1 kill away. There's hope, there's an opportunity to really bring the advantage in favor of the New World Order, and it's done and dusted. A car explosion says thank you very much. Sky will finally fall, but there's a cruise missile right there.
Yeah, there it is, Hyper. The Sky, like you said, the cruise missile could be right there, and Rasco, of the last alive, a clutch of a lifetime, if you will, because New World Order could very well pull ahead right here, right now, in the 2-round lead. And, well, they don't see him out until the last very second. There it is, barricade. Use the advantage. New World Order will continue to parade on through. Honestly, I always think that barricade is overlooked here. This car, you know, abandoned car heady with the barricade. I mean, oftentimes people run right through it and don't really think to check it. So, as a result, Rasco will be made to pay.
It really is a powerhouse position, especially on a post plant. The only downside you have is you leave yourself exposed to bridge. So post plant, terrible position. However, for a defensive side, yeah, brilliant, well worth it. However, as mentioned, if you get someone who runs through that courtyard, you leave yourself in that horrible position. But I tell you what position is not all too horrible at the moment, is that push looking north as they fully stack, leaving the entirety of the south side of the map exposed. And if Grim really wanted to, there is opportunities to really go down into the parking area, down by a gas station. But React is keeping an eye, not going to allow any form of roaming happen. And this is a slower pace from New World Order.
Yeah, I mean, this is a slower pace, and you kind of got to know how to play like that, right? You come in with a fiery start, you're up by 2 rounds, too, and, you know, sometimes, you know, play it with the pace and play it for that cruise missile that isn't going to hit, but the information certainly will. So Key's going to take that. He's going to get that control of Tractor and Square there in just a second. But obviously, Old Family naturally is going to read that. React. Extracurriculars will die from the side. Key will use his cover to his advantage and plant right in their face.
That's one way to disrespect him, as Rasco does see the fact that the bomb got planted and Key got out the way immediately. But that Tractor is known. It's a known position. So that's why Key's playing this off angle by the bomb. You don't really see that, but that's been caught by Martskis, who flanked them from the rear. React pushing in, getting that easy kill. 2v2, no, sorry, 3v1, New World Order. They were able to defend that well, even with a slight flank.
Yeah, it's easily to tell, Hyper, you know, what map pick this was. And I'm going to say right now is with a resounding yes for New World Order. 2 rounds away, and they take this map home like it was nothing. Almost so to the point where it was a bigger, looking so far like a bigger deficit than there was into the hard point. I don't know if it's a CQB style. I don't know if it was, I don't know. Someone was having a bad day and needed some time to relax and get right back into the game. But New World Order has arisen from the ashes and has risen as a team that has certainly been giving Old Family a run for their money. After this round, Hyper, is going to be the detrimental effect to see whether or not if Old Family can pull through. Because if they get to that game point, map point scenario, it's unfortunate from there.
It's a very dangerous position when you get to map point, and it's only one if you're All Family. You can't be playing with your little rubber duckies in the bath. You need to make sure you're out and ready, as Key will immediately get the first blood and take this game to where he needs to go. Finds a second as well. Now there's only 2 alive. Grim, great rotation. Love to see it, but he will get traded by Sky. Now Martski's left alive. Can't do much with it. New World Order. Oh, you sound like the new Empire in Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, they are. They're new right now. There's a new team that we've seen in comparison to that hardpoint map, and so far so good, right? I mean, Old Family's been put into a position, backed into a corner with their hands tied behind the back, and at this point in time, it's just New World Order keeps hitting them and hitting them and hitting them, and they haven't been able to get their hands loose on a good round win in a God knows how long time. So here we go. We got 4 seconds to chat about Old Family, and after this, it's guns away. You have to stay flawless at this point in time to take home this map.
Big ask. A humongous ask to do indeed. Oh, first things first, they need to make sure they have the bomb, but there's a different type of bomb that's come through mid-map, and it's gone in favor of Old Family. The nade taking out Sky. Key, strong player for New World Order. Rasco! Oh, that's unfortunate. Again, a little too aggressive. Grime will get the trade back. Down to a 3v1. And finally, Old Family Esports claw another round and keep this game going for one more round.
Yeah, I mean, it was a scary position to be in right now, Old Family, and yes, it's a good thing that you were able to at least get one more round, so it wasn't a 6-1. But now it could potentially be a 6-2. Then after that, a 6-3. After that, 6-4. So you gotta stay focused and you gotta stay flawless to this point. You want to get to a point, right, Hyper, where you put New World Order in a position where they're scared, where they're worried, and they're thinking whether or not if they're actually going to be able to pull away with this round. Once you do that, then you have that prime chance of doing it. And how you do that in those earlier rounds is getting those 1, 2, 3 innings, getting 4 off, playing for picks, and playing strategically so that you make New World Order pay for any slight mistake they make, just like this child from React on Tractor.
Yeah, that is a great little tag. Put the fear into New World Order, but I tell you what, they've got themselves composed, they got themselves solidified into the position. Now, Family changing the tempo once again, slowing things down. They want to try and make sure they do this properly. Deadly pushes in. Is he giving away his location? Yes, he has now. As Sky will say thank you very much. That was an easy kill. If you don't hit your shots, you're going to die. Marksky will trade back with Leighton, getting the trade onto him. Continues, goes back and forth. 2v2, React behind the Tractor. He needs to reload both weapons. He does have that time. They know he's there. But do they? Oh, grind down to the slither of health. Both of Old Family stuck in a corner, and they really try and push on down to that 1v1. Leighton versus Rasco says thank you very much.
This is what I'm talking about, Hyper. Although that wasn't a 1, 2, 3 inning from Old Family, they won a round that could have easily gone in the favor of New World Order as well. So this is a position that you're putting them in. Well, now you're starting to get a little frustrated. You're starting to get a little, all right, come on, guys, let's stop messing around. Let's stop joking around. And then, and only then, Old Family needs to absolutely pop off. Comms need to be perfect. Rotations need to be one. And although it might seem impossible, you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to just somehow know how to read what New World Order does, right? Because I refer to Invasion as that of a chessboard, and you have to react to that of what your teammate does or your opponents do at every which way, because if you don't have a good counter move for a specific offensive move, as we're seeing right now from New World Order, all this will be for nothing.
It really will, and off the get-go, both sides lose a player. No trades furthermore from that. And it seemed to be a little aggressive from New World Order, but they're taking a little step back, taking things chill. Understand the situation, try and find those 2v1 situations like that. Grim, well, he's caught out, unlucky. But Bomb still looking north. Key left alone with the bomb. We'll get another. Now it's a 3v1. This is what New World Order needs to do to finish it all off. Deadly still alive, only by the bare minimum of life. Red screen all the way around the outside. He finds Key. And now an opportunity that Deadly can use against them.
Yeah, I mean, Bomb was down right there and then. That child there was the biggest mistake you possibly could have made, but the change just goes through. The comms are ever so perfect from New World Order. They're not phased of this situation because they're able to take care of business. There it is, New World Order taking home map number 2 and Hyper. This time we get to see it.
Oof. We get to see a confirmed round 4, a map 4. And it's going to be exciting, especially as that round 4 is going to be Rio, and we know what. Sorry, 6-star. We know how much we love 6-star.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what we have going on here. Well, it's going to be a Rio. Hard point.
Oh, is it Rio?
Yes.
We love both of them.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we've been having technical difficulties like pretty much the entirety of this. So please bear with us with that. We appreciate you guys bearing with us the entirety of the series so far, because a lot of unpredictable things, let's just say, has been happening. And as, you know, the opposite of unpredictable, not much of a synonym, is the fact that we've made such a drastic change from Invasion to Rio. And how, you know, Invasion, very long distance. Yes, it's a control, so there will be a lot of bodies laying around. But Rio, very much so CQB style. And I know you said, yes, they're going to force that map 4. But take a look at it. Take a look at Invista, which are almost like cousins, if you say, in terms of the structure of the map and what you look for in players.
Well, the same country, technically.
Yes, that very much so. That's right. And then you got to look at the playstyle. To Old Family dominating 250 to 130. Let's hope that's not what's mirrored on Rio.
I would like to believe it's not going to be what's going to happen. I think I want to see this go to a map 5. Both sides have shown a spark of confidence in either end, and get into that Karachi Search and Destroy always is kind of a different feel. It again follows that 3-lane structure, but with multiple N routes and sub routes and every type of B road, A road if you're British, or country road if you're every other country. There's so many different pathways that it makes the 3-lane structure absolute as well. So it creates that very interesting Search and Destroy, but we're not there yet. We're staying to Invasion. We're going to Control. We're going there with that. And this is one of the hardest controls to win attack with, purely because, one, the size of the map, but two, how many sight lines you play with. That bottom river, where the A site is, it's hard. It's hard because there's so many places you can sit. Laundry, gas. You can sit if you wanted to up by the A site on S&D. Yep. You could even, if you want to, play on point and you still have great sightlines. So you've got to make sure you cover all the bases. Yeah, you got to make sure you cover everything, Hyper. There's not much else you can leave unattended here. And I'm honestly pretty interested to see where they go here for this for the control push, right? I believe the offensive is going to be given a New World Order first. So given that, I'm interested to see if they pursue that B, just given the fact that unfortunately they've been outgunned completely when those respawn modes, or if they got that burst of confidence given that they want to Search and Destroy and they also want an Invasion, they're going to go ahead and, you know, be a little ballsy and go with that A push. Yeah, the A push at the start, I never disrespect. You always chuck 4 lives, possibly 5 if you have a good spawn to bring you back into play. But that's the maximum I would throw at that A site off the get-go. After that, you've got to focus on rebuilding that time straight away and going back north. Go into the B, capture it, and just say thank you. This is all we need the time to then start the attacks, to start that progression going into parking. But we will come to that in a moment. We're going to take a very short break, give these guys a little bit more to prepare themselves. But when we come back, we're going straight into Invasion. Cal, he's right behind the door. He is ready. And all they need to do is push out, and that's going to be the information. But the only pick went against him. The gun was sticking out, and Cal falls. But that's great information for Remorse to bring the rotation in. It was a great retake on the side of Riot. I mean, not a single life was lost, no trades in the process. 30 seconds left, and it's going to be down to another TDM-style finish. 10-7. Legends of 6 have got the deficit of lives. They need to get this win. They want to have a win on attack. But is it going to be a full defense? You can see the players swarming around the outside of A. There is literally zero way of getting in unless you bombard them. Down to 4 lives for Legends of 6. 4 seconds left on the clock. They can't find a way to get on site. They just make a point. 1 life remaining. They know where he is. He is going to fall, and that's going to be a round to Elation. B2. Bombs down. It's in favor of Retro. They don't know where it is, but 1 can defuse. 1 can go and sweep around. There's going to be down to the wire. The smoke is down. He knows he's in there somewhere. There's a will come in. There's a matter of seconds.
They got it.
But the time of the clock isn't going to be enough.
He's going to get it.
To the wire.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it. With 0.1 seconds. I'm out of my chair right now, Hyper. Dallas has just pulled off the reverse sweep.
Again, it's a map we're still learning. It's a map that everyone's a bit confused on. So take your time.
Taking your time is definitely something you need to do, not only on 6-star, but on Search and Destroy in general. But IBO showing to the crowd right here, right now, why he is on Remorse.
Thank you very much is what they're gonna say. No one dead, unfortunately, so it's a thank you, and it's brought down the clock time, adding more pressure, but in doing so, they brought themselves in a great place. Hello, is this a ninja? Is this a ninja? Hold up!
Oh my gosh.
Ethan, no, you
no
are
freaking,
not
are you kidding me?
Win Black Ops 3.
Oh
He's
my
just
gosh!
ninja
Are you
defeat.
kidding me? Are you freaking... Both Dallas flat tire players on his iron sights. He missed the shots anyway and got absolutely lasered. Super frustrating if you're a New York fan. Speaking of super frustrating, Ethan getting the cruise missile on his own teammate. Even more frustrating, but Retro's on a 4 streak, and here comes his cruise missile to try to make a statement and end this momentum.
They're trying their best, but it's still unfazed. Dallas can still win it on this point on. But Prez is ready for P2. They're not even going to really attempt P1.
As I was saying earlier, A lot of teams won't. I mean, they'll look at the time and be like, oh, 25 seconds, time to rotate to P2, the money hill. And right now, Prezi is doing just that. You really got to be careful, Prezi. You're the only one on hill, aside from aces. You peek, you lose the time.
Exactly, and Prezi, yeah, the peak. Got a little bit greedy, a little bit off the shoulder, but wipes it off like it's nothing. Max will fall, and now puts Visma in an opportunity to push up. They've got to somehow get inside, but there's no one defending down low. So this leads to a great opportunity now for Prodigy to try and make that break, but the backup and reinforcement is gonna come in. Grizz is gonna find two, but Prezi is still there. He's alive, but the point's been taken away, and Prodigy now have control.
Beautiful anchor on spawns here from Semfi. So that was going to force Vice to spawn only on left side of the map towards B.
Clock's ticking down. We're into the last 12 seconds. Clock has been paused. Vice able to get some good kills. Now lives are in their favor. They need to anchor this point. They can't fall off. So when they die, they've got to rotate quickly. That chair's coming in handy, but pinched in the corner. But can they keep themselves alive? No, they've just got killed, and this looks to be Pulse Purple's game. It's gonna be a rush for Vice. Can Vice get on point, or can they wipe out? There's 3 left. There's a cruise coming in. Is it enough? It's not. It's gonna be Pulse Purple's map.
Looked like for the moment there, Remorse had a pretty good setup onto the new hard point, but Pobo just kind of came in and won the gunfights anyway. Nevertheless, here comes a cruise missile from Cal, hoping to even the playing field out and get themselves back to the game. It's not gonna hit. Pobo is gonna sort of celebrate a little bit there with a waste of a cruise missile, but a gain of intelligence on the side of Remorse. Doesn't matter. 2 kills go on both sides. One from being Cal, traded out by Matt. So again, from the help of Matt and Slicks, Pobo doing exceedingly well right now on 6-star.
And it's going to be a strong point contested, but it's taken away. Madness falls, and it's now going to be a scrap and a rush to quickly get back on point. Pobo back on point again. They're going to be trying to close it out. Lucen is going to quickly get in with a second left. He is able to hold this. They can't die here. Lucen falls. Sight is open. They just need to put one foot in there. Again, Sight is being contested. Pobo gets in for the last second, and it's finally Pobo's.
Those spawns are crucial to be held if you're Legends of 6, and crucial to break out of if you're Elation.
Yeah, and they've got to do something now. 240, and it's down to the wire. You can see Education is still on point, but it's going to be taken over. Elation and found their way, broken their way into the cafe, pointing it as a robbery, probably stealing the points and the cash as they do it.
Just enough time for probably 1 or 2 more pushes, group pushes into the point, and BCL and Booze are going to accompany each other as they try to push to the back. Beast able to get a kill. BCL will get another kill. That's 3 off. Gabe being the last one left. He's killed. Syracuse, you need to hop this point right now. They get 1 tick. 7 seconds left. They're down 11-8 in the life deficit. But Frizz in the back spawn trying to hold off Maryland, trying to do something to get them off. And just like that, Syracuse is going to win round number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Exhale Competitive League. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited. I'm thrilled to see we're not going to be seeing a sweep tonight, Hyper. That's all she wrote. That's all we know so far, and that's all I need to know because my night has been made. We have Old Family again taking on the boys in white over at New World Order on on Invasion again, but this time with respawns.
Hey, yo, I love this start already. They're going straight for that A site, and already you can see that the advantage did go into Old Family Esports. Oh, that was going to be a brilliant start if they could really pull off 1 tick, but no, it didn't work out all too well. We said before the break, send, 3 up to 5 players. Well, you already have 4, but if you get a good respawn, you can send a 5th to go and attack the A site. However, you don't want to send too much more, but I tell you what, Martsky's doing a great job to make sure that that zone was not touched, B completed within a matter of seconds, 2 minutes to play with. That's a huge amount of time for Old Family Esports.
Yeah, and I was gonna say earlier too with that hyper, Marxie's being able to hold down courtyard and tank. Although the boys, you know, he wasn't one on the point. He basically was the reason why he got onto the point because he got chawed twice from tank and then once from that back spawn, and he won both times. So with that being said, if he hadn't, that B wouldn't have been capped as quick, and now wouldn't be in a situation where Old Family, even on the offensive, they're leading right now, 23-21. And they're all scattered around the map. I mean, you got Deadly as well, who is about to have gas station control. If he's able to play his life and get a lot, and they're out right to the dome, New World Order could be in some deep, deep trouble.
I tell you what, they've been able to put 2 onto point. Now the zone's going to start to be more dangerous. Marskis and Deadly all there. And progression is completed. They continue to do the work they need to. Both of them have not been pushed off. Now the rest of the team are going to come over. They tried to get Grim into there. Didn't work. Marksy still on point. They get stunned. He's get taken out. Deadly left alive. 5 spree in the favor of Rusko. He is still alive, but he needs to find a way onto point. But React has just cleared all that progression. New World Order did offend long enough, but they still have a minute 14 and 19 lives to claim to win this.
Yeah, but we did say earlier, Hyper, though, A is probably the hardest point to capture on Invasion. That's just because of how far it is, right? When you get sent back to the respawn screen, you can be sent as far back as Castle. And as a result, React, it's a huge gunfight for you to win, but you're not able to. Deadly sitting on the point. There goes a trophy. It's out and dusted. Time is ticking right now. The agency's ever so clear. Hyper, I don't even think they need that minute. Deadly is trying to do it all by himself. The trophy's there to help him. He gets the kill that he needs to get Lawton from behind. We'll take care of business, but it doesn't matter. Reinforcements have arrived. Grim is there to stay. The trophy's not up for anyone in New World Order, so they can go ahead and infiltrate as quick as possible. And what do you know, Hyper? It's Marxies yet again. They're just completely stonewalling New World Order from keeping that control on A.
Yeah, they're down to 5 lives as well, so the pressure starts to mount up every time Old Family's done an attack onto A. It has been fairly successful. However, New World scrambles and panics to get the kills, and in doing so, throwing lives at it. 9-4. It's a dangerous position to be in. Now you have to park the bus at the bus stop itself, and it's gone to 7-4. Old Family Esports. The pressure starting to get to them. Sky has pushed far up, and Key pushed far up. It's a 4v4. They brought this back into their favor. 6 seconds left. 5 spree for Key, and you've got to be thinking they have done the impossible and brought the round back to them.
I can't believe they've done it, Hyper. New World Order, when they are against the odds right now, and Old Family is sure snickering to themselves as they see this as an easy round win. New World Order says no, and they go out kicking and screaming, but not on the losing side of the spectrum. They get to say that they made the comeback in control of what we've seen so far in the ECL.
But tell you what, you know the phrase, you continue playing until the whistle is blown? That is exactly what New World Order did in that situation. The whistle had not blown, and they played to the very last inch of their lives. And they came out slaying, and as doing so, New World Order able to find themselves onto that A site, so they are getting progression going here. The question is, can they get that first tick? And that's a good start for Skies. Great opportunity. Now Grim's gonna have to be in a lot more trouble. 2 onto point. This is gonna speed things up a little bit more, but Grim's gonna say hello. Not gonna be enough to get the second off. Sky still alive, now falls, but they're just shy of the second tick.
Yeah, they're shy of the second tick, but they still got that tick onto the A Hyper. And you look at the lives right now, they're only down by 1 as a result of it. So if you ask me, that's a pretty high ROI there. But Deadly trying to, you know, decrease those returns on investments, if you will, from New World Order. React finding 2 and gets the 3rd just like that. A little celebratory punch into the air with the butt of his gun as well as he's screaming out into the map. The trophy systems down there is 1 and 2 by the 2nd of White Van, but it doesn't matter. He's not Magician Hyper. He gets taken out by Grime into the process. Now Key less the last alive until his reinforcements go through. If he can play this right, he can play his life Lawton, cut off that reinforcement from the front, and now he has to worry about is top broken.
Yeah, and Key can just wait there. He's got reinforcements behind him, so slow progression can go. And what New World Order is doing here is just trying to go for kills. Make sure they can wear down the respawns that are available. Verasco, wow, you jump from broken, and if you do not look at broken, you take advantage. And now Old Family starts to push New World Order back off the point. 16 to 14, and it's still 45 seconds on the clock. And that's not with a point fully taken, so plenty of time to New World Order to push back in, but vice versa. Plenty of time to Old Family Esports to defend.
Yeah, and right now, New World Order Hyper, they just rained into the feed. All of that effort from Old Family has some completely been erased into the process because Rasco Marxies, yes, they'll find 2, but the tick has already been done. On to B, not so fast. Deadly will say it doesn't matter. Sky from top. Take him out in the process. It's an absolute bloodbath here. A race to get B so far. Marxies, you gotta play your life, son, because if you don't, you create an opening, and there it is. Now Grime last alive. Here he goes with the Renetti, held it tightly in hand. Now Deadly as well. His turn up to bat, and he gets a ground rule double at that. So, oh my good lord, Hyper. This is a very sticky situation if you're New World Order.
New World Order's gone to A. They've found a gap and an opening, and in doing so, Sky stopped the clock at 10 seconds. This is now going to bring the force of Old Family to go south. Now, they've left themselves open, and they can go and attack the rest of B. And this is worked out brilliantly. 7 to 4 lives. New World Order's been in the position before with 4 lives remaining. Now they have a minute 9 to play an S&D style with 2 lives against them. It's pick and choose, but look at Key's position. He's really in a strong position. He just needs to play time and play it right, because as soon as he steps foot, he will give away his position, and Old Family will start coming towards him.
Sooner things have been said, have been seen, right? Old Family are looking down the barrel of a very similar bullet, and that was the same thing last time. They were at the advantage. New World Order can certainly pull it off. If Sky can find one, yes, he can. A punch right to the nose is not something that Grime wants to wake up to, but it doesn't matter. He'll get traded out into the process. Doesn't matter now for that either, because now time is being done onto A. If a successful pinch goes through, you can win it, but it doesn't matter. They're too slow, Hyper. New World Order. Ooh. Map point.
Ooh. Hello. Brilliant work. Kept the fight up north as long as possible. Sky was kind of the mastermind behind this, being able to do the work up at the top, up at blue tank. And this then forced everybody of Old Family to just be there. Allows the time for Key, who's been waiting patiently at P3. Sorry, not P3. By the A site, to just hop on, and then had his buddies come with him. Brilliant work. Now, Old Family.
Wow.
Going to go for another attack onto A. They have 1 on point, so this looks to be a great start. Depends on how long they can stay on there. 2 on point. Great start, if I would say so myself. And already, first tick done.
Old Family has seen what is going on. They see themselves now as the predominantly dominant hardpoint team, now starting to slowly crumble in this series, and they said, no sirree. Waste of a cruise missile, all blue in the feed. They got lives to their favor. Couldn't be any better than this.
B is easier. You've got a lot more covers you can hide in when you're attacking, but at the same time, it can be a little annoying to check more corners. And this is where Old Family is probably sitting here going, you know what? We do have a shot, we have an opportunity, but you're going to have to look at Key. Key's just let 2 pass. Where's 1? There's 2. Says, thank you very much. This tractor is a normal spot you should be checking, especially if it was a search and destroy.
Oh, yeah, pretty much so is. There goes a 3rd as well. Key is on a spree right now. This man is a madman. Now, Deadly, sure, shaking a little bit in his boots as he sees his turn up now to take care of Key, and he's not able to do it, but finally he does. All the ruckus from the stuns and nades will go through, but Sky's there for the reinforcements as well, Hyper, and now Leighton waiting on the other side. It's like walls upon walls upon walls that Old Family has to claw their way through, and they do it. This could be the opportunity they needed.
This is really the big break. They have to fortify here. They've got 2 onto point, so they're going to go for time and get the progression done quickly. Apply more pressure to New World Order, but you can see React down low, trying to get into the business. Not going to work all too well, and the feed still continues to go blue, and in doing so, 2 on point. That's a attacking round for Old Family, and what is the hardest control? They're making it look easy.
Yeah, they made it look easy, and then making the scoreline not look anywhere near accurate to the current reflection at this point in time. What a fantastic round from Old Family. Now you've kind of started to see Hyper. They're able to spark a fire beneath them when they get to a point where it's a series point, or excuse me, map point and a perhaps series point after if they do end up winning that map, and they've been able to take care of business. Rasco as well, 19 and 15. You take a look at the KDs across the board. Marxie's 18 and 13. Deadly 22 and 17. Grime, yes, a little in the negative here, but if he's able to use that energy his teammates have sparked upon, he can as well pull his weight. So that being said, off to the races these fine gentlemen go, and right over to B does New World Order conservatively go to.
I tell you what, you said Grime having a low KD. I tell you what, he's been kind of the bait man, throwing into different positions where he's naturally going to get killed. So I'm not surprised his KD's low. But I tell you what, New World Order, they're going for the B push and making sure they can get that done. But look down south. Guy going for that split strategy, and they've really got Old Family completely distracted. They're not looking at anything at A. They've forgotten that someone's there, and that might be one tick done. Thank you very much, they're gonna say. New World Order. That's one less tick they have to do, and they've just made their lives a lot easier.
Yeah, and as a result, he's gonna try to, put some whipped cream with the cherry on top there, but he ends up getting his own teammate as a result. So unfortunately, that cruise missile, a little bit of, I guess you could say, a spoiled cherry, if you will. So that being said, now pushing through that B street side is Sky alongside his teammate there, React. So a couple of kills through mid. There it is. Lawton opening up with one on tank. He sits. Key with a great wallbang as well. There goes the opening. But there's a reason why we say that a lot of teams like to go for that A, and that's because take a look at the map. Bottom left corner of your screen. All those blue arrows will continuously spawn right onto those whites until Marxies will take care of business and complete that pinch.
I feel, again, this is going to go down to very, very low life. We might be seeing single digits once again. You can see Leighton. Patience. No, not going to work for him. He's going to find himself full. And in doing so, Old Family have got themselves locked down here. They're doing a good job at defending.
Wow.
Able to push into corners and be aggressive as well. But slowly, their defense from north slowly moves back down. They can see that New World Order have now lost all that north control, so they can spread themselves out and apply more pressure.
Let me tell you, Hyper, Old Family Esports, they were up by so many lives in the first round, and New World Order made a comeback of a lifetime. Now, New World Order has been up by a considerable amount of lives earlier on in this map. Now it's time for Old Family this round to make a comeback of the lifetime, which is right here, right now, as Lawton will find three. React, unfortunately, is one of them. That allows the rush point onto A to continue. It doesn't matter. They're all stacked onto the point. The cruise missile can't do much, and New World Order will walk away with map number 2.
Well, map 3.
Map 3.
And 3-1 and 2 attacking wins on a map that is a lot harder than the others. They're going to say thank you very much to this scenario.
Of course. This is great padding. I wasn't unfortunately able to mention it earlier, but Vista was a tough map for them. We feel like at this point in time that hardpoint is certainly New World's weakest mode. So if they're able to get that extra padding and help themselves on Invasion get those 2 wins in a row, they're able to lose on Rio and still force that Karachi surge, which in my opinion, I think they have a considerable higher chance of pulling away with.
Oh, I wish I could agree, but I think it's 250-50. The Karachi is so mixed. It's so CQB, but it's so MCW long range. It's too mixed. I would probably say you lean more towards the side of, oh yeah, it is long range and long distance fighting, but the intricacies that come in that map is something to desire. But we won't focus too much because we're still we could dream for a map 5, but we've got to focus on the here and now and focus on the Rio, this tight CQB 3-lane style map. And honestly, I would personally say probably the most fun if you want to get some kills.
Yeah, Rio is fun. It's a map where you can kind of just spray and pray. And I say that very loosely, right? There has to be a certain degree of strategy that's employed throughout this map, but at the same time, it's not like the same strategy like I was saying with the chess pieces on Invasion. It's more like I think of it as like a Mario Kart map if we're really going to compare games with each other, because the energy is always there, right? Anything can change at any certain moment throughout the entirety of the map. It doesn't matter if you're up by 120 points or up by 2 hills. Anything can happen, anything can change in a matter of seconds, and as a result, yeah, That's why I think Rio is certainly going to be a fun map to watch for us, but a potentially very stressful map for Old Family and New World Order to play on.
So you're saying that this map has blue shells in it? Lord help us all.
I mean, the blue shells in comparison, yeah. I mean, the cruise missiles coming in and not always, you know, you're playing, you throw the blue shell at the first place and ends up accidentally hitting someone that you don't want to hit. That's happened. That happened last map. Key, cruise missile, right to the dome of his own player.
You're seeing a blue shell not hitting the person you want. I want that lead coming back at me. Come on, man. But I'm too competitive. I'm too competitive, Eric. It's actually the game I'm decent at. But nonetheless, we're going to take a very, very short break. And when we come back, we're going to be heading to the sun, the sea, and the beautiful siesta of Rio.
Cacao, Vice able to get some good kills. Now lives are in their favor.
After what seemed like an absolute eternity on break there between the issues that we've been experiencing with technical side, and I just got word that there was a dev error that was going on through the entirety of that break, unfortunately, but we have some hope. We have some hope. Things have been looking a little more sunnier on this side of the spectrum, at least for us as casters. And if you ask me, Hyper, this wait is, for me, very much so worth knowing how Old Family will be able to play on this Rio, knowing they unfortunately just lost 2 straight maps.
Yeah, it's a break that they definitely need to kind of reset themselves, to go and look at the situation and go, we need to win something here. Old Family needs to win this hard point desperately to keep themselves in the game, but also for morale, because if you go 3 straight games in a row, any sweep like that is horrible. If it's broken up, it feels a little better. It feels like you've had that good fight, but it looks like we are in the map. I'm going to hold my tongue just for a little bit longer. Make sure it
Owonga?
loads.
Owonga?
Hey, I said longer.
I heard Owonga.
Oh, what?
Look, Hyper, I can tell you're tired, okay? Let's just.
Even if I was tired, I was just trying to say my words.
Okay.
I'm dyslexic, man. Hold up.
Okay, well, you know what, Hyper? I'll hold you the same standard as you hold me, and that's absolute perfection from so far, both sides of the spectrum. But I'll tell you what, the expectation New World Order to come through, clean up shop, and end the series here is certainly there for all the viewers at home as well. And right off the bat, well, Rasco is not going to allow that to happen. Neither is Grime and Marxies.
Jeez, both sides really making that P1 the bloodbath that it's named. P1 on Rio, it's not really the center, it's not mid, it's bloodbath. I think that should be its new call-out name, but nonetheless, Old Family Esports getting that early lead, and in doing so showing off the bat why they do prefer a little bit of a rotation map. However, it's all well and good having P1, but like I said in Vista, it's all about P2. Grab yourself a hot dog, because we're already rotated over there, and Old Family Esports have got themselves locked down.
Oh, what a beautiful way, too, to rotate on over to P2 nicely. Grime was there to get that kill from backside hot dog stand, and then right after that, Deadly was able to pick up the pace. Now, Grime is going to fall, yes, and unfortunately, he's not able to find anyone in the process, but what he did do is distract New World, allow Rasco to get 2 kills to his name. And there on out, boom, nade right to the face. Again, Sky still left scratching his head as nothing will happen. Still blue into the feed and onto the board. 50 seconds and accounting. New World Order, this is not a good start that you want to see, and this is the start that we expected to see from Old Family given their 250-130 win on our first map on Rio. But again, New World Order, Sky left last alive to try to at least fight, at least put something and have some stake in what these are now being referred to as scraps. Nothing's hitting.
Every time the New World Order tries a fancy rotation from K, from React, both times it's been sniffed out by Old Family, and at this point in time, they have done a full 60 hold. Not a single moment has been contested, and now they're gonna, well, it's 59. They jumped off at the last second, so it's still strong hold. 92-7. 7! Nothing from New World Order, and even till now, it's being contested, and Sky will find 2, says thank you very much, but actually we do want a little bit of points here.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to say for sure, Hyper, and then from Eskies too, Key waiting for that opportunity to pounce, and he does, as a result, pushing Marxies towards Leighton and allow him to lay down a beautiful headshot to the dome, but there it is, Hyper. Spawns have been flipped. New World Order, if they can hold the last 25 seconds here and counting, things are going to be looking all up from there, but it doesn't matter. All blue still raining into the feed. But if you're Old Family, you're still down by one extra map. So you're going to need to win a map 5 as well on that search and destroy. So New World Order, I'm not going to say you have your feet up for this map because you don't want it to be. You don't want to get to a point where you're stuck and you want to defend on that map 5, and then all of a sudden Old Family pulls out a trick out of that old magician's hat and pulls off the series as a result. So now moving on over to the garage again. New World Order not there, nobody's home.
It is complete dominance in terms of hardpoint perspective and the scoreline. However, the kill feed really does say a different story at times. New World Order, yeah, the stats aren't looking all too strong, but the way they're moving, the way they're getting those good kills, those good picks in good critical areas, shows that New World Order aren't a team to be tampered with. Like, you saw what they did on round-to-round based maps, and they were dominating, they were doing well, able to win with confidence. So I just think it's this rotation, understanding the spawns and how where they're coming from is the problem that New World Order are finding here.
Oh, that was a huge gunfight for Sky to win. He finds one, not able to find the second, but that's okay because the reinforcement's already there. Leighton. Let's take out Marksy from top bridge. That's huge because now that opening has been made onto the point, and Leighton will take complete and utter advantage of that. He's going to need to get this kill here onto Grime to continue that opening, but it's not able to go through. Hopefully for them, reinforcements have just had some time to arrive through because Sky will find a two-piece, 2 headshots to his name at that, but he's not able to... Oh, he needs to reload his gun! Grime caught lacking there, scratching his head. Successful retake on the New World Order. This could be the start of something new.
This really could be. If this is the turnaround that they need, then Hail Mary, let's do it like that. They're 100 points behind, but they have a lot of work to do. Still 50 away from the 100-point club mark, but here comes Old Family, and Old Family within a second able to reclaim the site, and now they're in a fairly good position as well with the reinforcements, the respawns coming in to start locking down that P1 and get themselves prepped and ready. And look at that, just as I speak it, they're going to commit to it.
Yeah, and the funny thing too about Rio, right, and 6-star is just the fact that these two CQB style maps couldn't get any closer as the rotation from P5 or to P1 are right smack dab next to each other, quite literally across the bridge, and you're already over at P1. So with that being said, these two teams can fight for scraps until they're purple in the face, but at the end of the day, Old Family will be the ones to win for quite some time. But Sky's already there from bridge, reinforcements are there, Deadly from behind will get one, React will find himself one, so pretty much even in the feed at this point in time. And at the end of the day though, Hyper, Old Family sticking together as a family on the points, on the boards, and in the feed.
He's doing a great job. Deadly on 5 will get taken out, so that spree will get taken away from him. Actually came from a team nade, and that's not going to clear it. No, he's still on a 5 streak because it was a team nade. So he's still 1 kill away to necessarily get the cruise missile in his back pocket. So the fresh life breath opportunity, no, not going to happen. But New World Order able to put in some good contests, making Old Family really work into the second rotation.
Look at Leighton though. He's all ready to go. He's ready and he's hoping those spawns just start to favor him here. If he's able to take down the wall of Rasco, and shortly thereafter Deadly as well. The opening's going to be made from the front and the back. Now Leighton needs to use his positioning to his advantages. Marksy sitting at police car, doesn't matter, he'll be a menace himself, but React will go ahead and get the trade in the process. Ladies and gentlemen, New World Order has 1 spawns in their favor, but it's going to take a lot more than just winning spawns. A full 60 hill hold is what you need to do in order to make this happen, and unfortunately Grime opening things up, this gaping wound so far that has been pouring all throughout in the map, but it doesn't matter, teammates are there, reinforcements are there, and they're capitalizing. Hyper, New World Order is coming out as a new hardpoint team, avenging their teammates left, right, center. The question is, how long can they do it?
They need to do it for another good few hills. They're still 100 points behind. Leighton, 5 kills in his favor and a 5 streak. He just needs 1 more. He is being the aggressor in the fight. No, just gets taken away. So still no cruise missile for either side. But even though everything was great for P2, New World Order getting themselves to 92. Look where the spawns are now. It's kind of in favor of Old Family here. they could very much lock down P3. They've done it once, and they're going to try it again.
Yeah, they're going to try it again right now, but so far, Key and React will say, no, 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 sir. You can try all you want, but there's not much else you can do at this point in time. Still raining into the feed, spawn still over at Old Family, and I'll tell you what, Hyper, New World Order have seemingly arisen as a new team up until this point, because Lawton, with a great two-piece as well, is able to capitalize, but still, spawns are not in their favor. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a listen in with Old Family to see if they can take this map home.
Me. Alright. He's close from Sky playing slow.
I'm in
I Humvee. They did Sky. Close frame. Humvee. White man, he's trying. White man and Humvee. Close. Nice. 3. Missing React. Let's go.
Yeah, on me.
I'll play the back here.
Playing Prince friend.
Yeah.
Yo,
Watch your boxes. He's boxes Sky. React boxes.
Boxes right now. On me. What's the time? What's that? Box is dead.
Close right. Alright, Humvee. He's off Humvee. Humvee. Box it. I'm shooting.
Hey, police car in the back.
Yeah, sun close ready, close. Too close.
Close up.
One banana, stay close right. Giant close, too close. Okay, one more close and then one P2, last 2.
Where's my rig?
Let's get Humvee, let's get Humvee. Giant out. Close right, deep right. Nice, 4-4.
I'll tell you what, Hyper, judging from how we just saw that, they're calm, collected, but their comms are still on point, and there it is, 250. Again, Old Family Esports not too far off the scoreline we saw from map 1.
They definitely have hardpoint in the bag. It's something about the way they play, the way they're able to just come alive in those respawn scenarios. That's exactly the old Family Esports that you want to see. I'm not gonna lie, going into the search and destroy, I'm intrigued. We saw Invasion be a 6-2 scenario, but now we're going into Karachi. I don't know where this could go.
Yeah, I don't know where it could go either. If you ask me, though, I personally think just from how strong they were playing in the last search and destroy on a map that's a lot more longer range, right? Like Invasion, I think it's going to be in the favor of New World Order, but judging from just the beatdown they got from Hardpoint, it might have a little bit of a psychological effect on the team, right? Some of that energy has certainly done a great job of simmering down if you're on the side of Old Family. But I want to highlight some of the players from Old Family as well, Hyper. I mean, Deadly, 26 kills, 14 deaths, and 2 friggin' minutes on the hill. If you want someone that can soak up the time and soak up the kills, he's the guy to do it.
Oh, 100%. The fact you're in 2 minutes shows your work playing that OBJ roles. You are very much able to anchor and do the judge and jury on point. And 2 minutes, correct me if I'm wrong, that's, I can't do maths, 120 points.
Just about
purely
125.
Yeah, if you had the 5 at the end, but yeah, 125 just by himself only. And of course, yeah, occasionally you're gonna have 1 or 2 that's going to assist, but 125
half the points
alone, that's a lot.
Half the points, all the kills, the best KD. This is a guy, ladies and gentlemen, Deadly is someone you want to make sure you take care of quickly if you're going to that search and destroy, because he is deadly and he, I'm sure, is on fire at the end of that hard point. And then again, I mean, that a single player from Old Family had gone negative with the exception of Grime. He went neutral as well. So we saw some moments, right? We saw some moments where Key was able to get some things going, the pendulum swinging. But at the end of the day, it wasn't really much of capitalization that we saw from New World Order as a result. So with that being said, congratulations to Old Family. You forced the map 5. Our predictions came true, Hyper. Either a map 4 or 5 is what we see tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, it is going to end up being a map 5. I can only hope, though, right after we get this short break, that it won't turn out to be a sweep on Search and Destroy, because I'll tell you what, these two teams want it, and they want it bad. Who will take the gold on opening night for these two teams and the ECL? It's up to you guys. Go ahead and discuss it down my right side.
Cal, he's right behind the door. He is ready. And all they need to do is push out, and that's going to be the information. But the only pick went against him. The gun was sticking out, and Cal falls. But that's great information for Remorse to bring the rotation in.
It was a great retake on the side of Riot. I mean, not a single life was lost, no trades in the process.
30 seconds left, and it's going to be down to another TDM style finish. 10-7. Legends of 6 have got the deficit of lives. They need to get this win. They want to have a win on attack. But is it going to be a full defense? You can see the players swarming around the outside of A. There is literally zero way of getting in unless you bombard them. Down to 4 lives, 4 Legends of 6, 4 seconds left on the clock. They can't find a way to get on site. They just make a point. 1 life remaining. They know where he is. He is going to fall, and that's going to be a round to elation. B2.
Bombs down.
It's in favor of Retro. They don't know where it is, but one can defuse. One can go and sweep around. There's going to be down to the wire. The smoke is down. He knows he's in there somewhere. There's a come in. There's a matter of seconds.
They got it.
But the time on the clock, is it going to be enough?
He's going to get it.
To the wire.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it. With 0.1 seconds. I'm out of my chair right now, Hyper. Dallas has just pulled off the reverse sweep.
Again, it's a map we're still learning. It's a map that everyone's a bit confused on. So take your time.
Taking your time is definitely something you need to do, not only on 6-star, but on Search and Destroy in general. But IBO is showing to the crowd right here, right now, why he is on Remorse.
Thank you very much is what they're going to say. No one dead, unfortunately. So it's a thank you, and it's brought down the clock time, adding more pressure. But in doing so, they've brought themselves in a great place. Hello, is this a ninja? Is this a ninja? Hold up,
Oh my gosh.
Ethan. No, you
No
are
freaking-
not.
are you kidding me?
Win Black Ops 3.
Oh
He's
my
just
gosh.
got the ninja
Are you
defuse.
kidding me? Are you freaking... Both Dallas flat tire players on his iron sights. He missed the shots anyway and got absolutely lasered. Super frustrating if you're a New York fan. Speaking of super frustrating, Ethan getting the cruise missile on his own teammate. Even more frustrating, but Retro's on a 4 streak. And here comes his cruise missile to try to make a statement and end this momentum.
They're trying their best, but it's still unfazed. Dallas can still win it on this point on. But Prez is ready for P2. They're not even going to really attempt P1.
As I was saying earlier, a lot of teams won't. I mean, they'll look at the time and be like, oh, 25 seconds, time to rotate to P2, the money hill. And right now, Prezi is doing just that. You really got to be careful, Prezi. You're the only one on hill, aside from aces. You peek, you lose the time.
Exactly, and Prez.
5 maps. 1 hard point, 2 hard points, 2 searches, 1 control, 1 winner at the end, and here it is. Old Family versus New World Order. You got a lot to prove, ladies and gentlemen.
A lot to prove is a massive understatement in this scenario. It's off to the races, let's fine gentlemen go. Here we go, ladies and gents. Map 5, we're on Karachi, and already a nade's taken one out, and that's not the start New World Order wants to do. But if you're Old Family who lost both the control and the search and destroy, that's something you really want to see.
Yeah, there was the bomb being planted on over to A at this point in time. But Leighton will be the one who gets the first kill, despite the bomb being planted there first. 39 seconds and counting. You got 7.5 to defuse as well.
A little bit of a back and forth, 2v2 left alive. Deadly. He's going to keep an eye onto the side, but you've got Leighton all left alive. 25 seconds to play with not much time to do what you need to. It's going to break out. It's a brief idea of where one was, but just as they thought it had, Deadly gets the kill. Leighton got to do something with this, and he won't. It's Deadly's.
There it goes, round number 1, Old Family. That's a big opening statement to make, especially after coming off that fire hardpoint New World Order. It was a 1v1 though, so they're still alive as well, as you can tell.
They are alive. They're ready. And this is only round 1. Going down to a 1v1. If this is the standards we're going to be seeing to the very end, we're going to have a great amount of fun indeed. But round 2, sides will get switched, but this is the type of map where both CQB and the long-range fights are all in one place.
Yeah, they are all in one play. Not much else you can do at this point in time. Now with the bomb being handballs in court of New World Order. We'll see whether or not if they can take that ball and score a squish 3-pointer, if you will. Key, Sky, dynamic duo opening things up really nicely to start off this round. Still got a minute to plant the bomb, and they still have 2 off as well. 2v3 situation, an extracurricular ensued, and now it's going to be made it 3v1 situation with Rasco being the last alive. He's already given his location away, so as a result, React play his life because he does not want this to turn into something it shouldn't. And there it is, 47 seconds. They don't even need to plant the bomb, but they're going to do it anyway. They're playing with caution, and they're playing to get that pick as well, and there it is. There goes the round. New World Order answering back with a flame to that round 1 win by All Family.
Yeah, Rasco just knew that he couldn't fight the React at the position he originally was, because doing that would give away his location. Everyone else would have swarmed him, so it was the right option to let him go. Of course, naturally, he didn't see him perched up all the way onto the CT spawn. It is what it. Sorry, the back lot spawn. So you have to kind of play the lives, play the situation the way you can, and unfortunately, wrong time, wrong place. But here we go, round number 3. Pendulum will start to swing. How much momentum will go through? Well, the momentum's looking to go south. It's going to go B and Marks. Keys got a little good look onto Keys. Going to say thank you very much. Now I know where you are, but Skies will do the first blood and get the first job done. Gets traded out. Keys from afar will say thank you very much. That's another kill back. New World Order. 3-1. Make it 2-1. Deadly's here to play.
Yeah, Deadly is here to play and is not here to slow down, especially like I said, he's the guy you got to worry about right now if you're New World Order, and he's exactly the person that could very possibly hyper turn this round on its head. In that 1v2 situation, Deadly moving over to top 3rd. I don't think they seek him out just yet. Leighton will have a pleasant surprise if he's not careful, but it doesn't matter. He's ready for it, and he knows where he could be. So there it is, New World Order. They won't be fooled too easily as they pull ahead and take the lead once again. It's been back and forth up until this point, Hyper.
Wow. New World Order are going to be happy with that. The thank you very much statement will be said. 2-1. And already you can see the way the first 3 games going down to 3 to 2 people left shows both sides have something in the bag. But we've seen this before. We saw All Family get the 1 round, then New World Order just took this commanding lead after working out the strategies. So are we going to see a similar story here? Or are we going to keep it all the way close to round 11?
Yeah, I don't know, Hyper. I really don't know, but so far, All Family have done a decent job of holding their own against New World Order. Yes, it's early on, but yes, Deadly is not showing any sign of slowing down. He finds one. He could very well find the second. Yes, he does! Oh my good lord, Hyper. What a way to kick off mid-round here. Then Deadly with a deadly 2-piece that completely has ruined the plans for New World Order.
It almost felt like it was a merry-go-round with them running around the doors, but that is a 2-piece that gets you excited. New World Order down in the dumps here, and what seemed to be what I mentioned before about being a commanding lead, well, that's just disappeared, and it's just got even worse. Down to Sky, has to clutch an ace to win it all. Nah, ain't gonna happen here. All Family ties it up again, 2-2.
2-2. Could very well, like I said earlier, Hyper see that round 11 clutch go through. It's very possible. Anything is possible right now. But with Deadly, I mean, pulling all that weight right now, especially in this round, it's got to be him. You got to take care of him right now if you're New World Order, because if you don't, then he's going to keep on being a menace, and he's going to keep on getting those crucial 2 pieces that completely ruins your plans. And 6-2, we're not even midway through yet in this map, and he's already halfway to 10. So with that being said, bombs away, tacticals being thrown. Tough pill to swallow right now if you're New World Order, but new page in the chapter. You got to get moving. You got to get moving quick. That's exactly what Key's looking to do here.
Yeah, you're taking on your advice. It's almost like there isn't a stream delay, but I promise you there is. Because Deadly was able to get a little bit of get a little tagged up. And in doing so, he will fall. He didn't check the obvious spot of under construction. But now it's going to be all white as it's a 3v2. New World Order. They're in a prime position. Now down to Rasco. Left alive. 1v1. Key versus Rasco. Bombs down in the archway onto B. It's a tough position. And Key positioned himself well, but if Rasco goes through mid, there could be a good opportunity here. He just has to put the timing right, and he says, thank you very much. Old family takes the round.
Oh, and I love the little spin there, a little spin of excitement as well as Old Family is excited. They're ready to go. You can tell they're getting a little fired up here. Rasco find the last alive. There it is. Doom, 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 doom. That's all you need. That's all she said. Down, Dusty. Go ahead, clean your hands off of the dirty blood that's been on your hands for now. Did a little celebratory spin, but you can't take that spin a little too excitedly, right? Because New World Order, just a couple of maps ago, they were completely dominating on the search and destroy, and right around this time is when they took control of the driver's seat and kicked it into four-wheel drive and did not stop driving on that highway until they got to their destination, being winning that map. So now, new round, New World Order, they're down by 1. They've been down by a lot worse, so anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Look how aggressively forward Old Family is playing themselves as Mark Steele was fined 1. Grim didn't even bother. I love how he just put his back to the New World Order. Just, yeah, you know, you can have a little tease, have a little look, you know, you could be in the coop market and nearly give a free kill, but 3v2. And in doing so, New World Order again on the back foot. They have time, they still have 46 seconds to play with. They just need a slight bit of information, just a sniff, to understand. Bring it down to a 2v2, and that's the information that they need.
Yeah, it's the information they certainly need to get to this point in time. New World Order, they have to win this round, Hyper, because if they get to the point where they're down by 2, 4, you don't want to look at what could potentially be a map point in the series, but it doesn't matter. Key's not able to do much but lift a finger and make those call-outs now. Controller is down. React still holding his tightly in hand. Sure, sweat is dripping through as he's faced with his 1v2 situation. There goes the pinch. Bullets have started to hit. Not much you can do at that point in time. Old Family continuing to chug along.
You got to be careful in those 1v2s to not give yourself away, because Grim was doing that 1v1 fight. And then you saw in the background, Roscoe was starting to come back and play the game as well. So you can't necessarily both be too far away and allow the 1v1 fights to be won by the person who's left alive, which was in this case New World Order. Yes, dangerous positions to be in, but nonetheless, 4-2 Old Family Esports saying thank you very much. We have now a little lead. They can lose a map, recoup themselves, and go back into this. Bomb going through mid, and this is an unusual strategy because mid control means you can go up north or you can go down south.
And that's exactly what they're doing, Hyper, right now. You can see Deadly, the rest of the boys in blue, they're all going on through mid, but I don't know if they're going to see here this flank coming on through from New World Order. It doesn't matter. They seek it out late, and you got to be kidding me, man. The team kill onto your own teammate as well as being finished off by the last 2 alive from Old Family is not the recipe for success. If anything, it's the recipe for disaster, and as a result, Old Family will make that known in what has been completely an upset so far, and what we see statistically for Search and Destroy 5-2 Old Family. This could be their moment to shine.
Old Family are 4 kills away, or I think it's going to be a plant, no, defuse, to get things
Look at
done
Rasco's
and
streak.
dusted.
Look at Rasco's streak. He's got 7 kills to his name. He's at least guaranteed that cruise missile and then some. You can feel it just from watching him right now. You don't even know what these guys are sounding like. I wish we could do listen-ins Hyper on Search, because I'm telling you right now, it would be as hype as that hard point listen-in that we do. And there it is.
Crew's going to come in. I believe it's Risco. Is going to put it in. Is it going to find his target?
Oh.
No, just misses out. But that's great information. They know both of them in fire and red. So you need to be looking around the area. Look at the blue. They're all looking at that same area. That bomb from Key is not going to get out without a gun fight. And Rasco. Not just yet. No, Leighton will find Marky. Now, 3v3. The game going ultra slow. Almost like a snail. But they said, slow and steady wins the race.
The pressure is on, Hyper. New World Order, they only have 3 lives to give at this round, and they want to win it. So they have no choice but to slow down. With 28 seconds left, Old Family's in a primal position. They're at a stalemate right now. Someone's going to have to move right now if you're New World Order, and that's going to have to be key. He'll make the game plan and move on over to B. And there's the 1v1 that ensued. That had to be won. React is going to win it against Grime. Top bridge control is there. Now the forced rotation will go through from Rasco, and if he doesn't win this rotation on the bomb planter, oh my goodness, the Tootsies are out, Hyper. But he's not able to get nothing more than a hit marker. And with 3 seconds left, they get the bomb plant done, and now you got 40 to defend it.
He should have just continued with the spray. He would have had it done and dusted, but nonetheless, 34 seconds. 2 of the New World Orders up on that stairs, up on that bridge. Good sightlines, good control. But good smoke might also be handy as well. Deadly will kill React. Now down to a 2v2, making the playing field a little bit more even. A 1v1 is going to ensue on both sides. 1 versus 8, 4 versus 5. Bomb to ground going down. It's a ninja defuse going underneath them. It's been spotted. Now 1v2. Rasco left alive. He's got a clutch up. Not enough time. New World Order. They brought themselves back into the game.
They're back into the game right now, Hyper, but is that an overstatement? They still have to win 3 straight to even consider themselves as winners of this entire series. And judging by how much of a nail-biter that round was, I don't know if it can be possible. However, we've seen miracles, Hyper. We've seen crazier things happen. We know these teams are here to play, and we know how badly these teams wanted to be showcased. And right here, right now, the map 5 situation, the pressure is on for New World Order. You got over 40 people watching you right now. You need to deliver at this point in time. Here it is, right now. Tacticals will go through. No one will hit, but Leighton will be as a result. And A, wide open.
That was a great push by Old Family. Completely forced off the entirety of New World Order. Now they have time. They had over a minute to really plant that bomb. They're going to do it early, apply more pressure onto the clock. 4v3 as React will fall. And now, if you're New World Order, 39 seconds to somehow make it onto site.
Oh my gosh.
On top. Leighton says thank you very much. That's going to be first kill. Will get traded out very quickly. 3v2 still in favor. Old Family peek outside. Make that a 3v1 down to K to somehow keep this game alive. Keep the round going for a little bit longer. No, he missed his shots. Old Family Esports takes map 5. Game, set, and match.
I think I owe Family an apology, Hyper. I thought very well this would not have been their game at all. I thought to myself, yeah, New World Order, they lost that hard point, but they're at least secured themselves for a win in the search and destroy. So evident by Invasion, so evident by the similarities between Invasion and Karachi. The MCWs are so apparent. It's so much more like a full-on strategic game than that of Gunnies, like I said earlier, but as a result, didn't happen. Old Family superseded my expectations. Hats off to you guys, because you have put on a show for us, and you've defied the odds, in my opinion.
Oh, they really have. Old
Family, my friend. We're almost there. It is about 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, and Hyper is ready for bed, ready to get that quick Subway snack. I see it in your camera there on the left side. It's ready for you. That's not a sponsorship, by the way. Don't take it as much. Do not take it as much.
Subway wants to, sponsor the league. We're very happy for that to happen.
Yeah, it's very much so. But I could agree with you, Hyper. I mean, it's been an exhausting series, and when you get to a point where even you're starting to mess up the team names, you know that you've poured your heart into the series as a caster, just as these players have done as well.
I tell you what, I can only imagine what Roscoe has to say, as we will have him in the call for the interview. So we'll pull him in right now, but the rest of the side, let's quick brief go over of the rest of them. Really, the way they work together is fantastic. The way they came out with those hard points, I feel that was their strength, the way they could use the rotations to their advantage. But as soon as you got to the control and S&D, at first was not their forte, but I think it was because it was CQB. It was a massively long-range map. You bring it to CQB style gameplay, well, that's where Old Family came alive.
Yeah, Old Family came alive for sure, and
Oh,
they
my fault.
kind of used those strategies to their advantage, right? They were able to counter things so effectively and so efficiently throughout the entirety of that search, right? When New World Order put them in the blender, when New World Order got, you know, the unlikely win and sort of sparked the fire within themselves, Old Family was there to suppress it right away. And it was when that round, I believe, I'm gonna say it was around 4, where Old Family was able to pull away for the first time in a while in the Search and Destroy so far in the entirety of the series, is when really like clockwork, right, started to go on through in their brains and it all started to connect. But with that being said, we finally have a chat here with one of the only marks, one of the only Marksies from Old Family. How you feeling, man, after pulling off that round 5?
Well, it was a great map 5 because map 2 was a little sloppy. Overall, our team doesn't really scrim anyone good, so those kids are good. So I was wondering, as like a benchmark, where we would be. Found out we're nasty at hardpoint. We just gotta fix the other game modes a little bit.
I couldn't.
Yeah, you're completely right on
Yes.
that hard point side of things. Massive dominance, and we had a little listening to your team as well going into Rio. What was the dynamic going in Vista? We weren't able to capture too much of it. When you were in Vista and you saw that you were getting that flow going, things were working. What was kind of the vibe amongst the players?
Vibes are always good. Even when we lost maps, you know, motto is just to have some fun and run at kids. That's about it. So I didn't have a good map 1 too much, but I knew if I just keep running on my team, the other team's gonna be very uncomfortable. So that's like our mindset.
And what was going through your mind when you won that hard point so incredibly strong, right? 250 to, I believe, was 130. I'm sure you guys felt like you're on top of the world because you said it yourself. You want to see how you're placing across the board in a league like ECL, okay? So now you go into those next 2 modes. You go into that Search and Destroy, and you go into this SND, and unfortunately, you did not perform to those standards of the other team, right? So how do you go into that hard point, onto that Rio? What's your mindset? What's your mentality? How are you feeling?
Well, we kind of talked about it very briefly. We knew we lost maps 2 and 3 just based off our own errors. There was nothing too, like, you know, impressive happening from the other team. It was just us allowing things to happen. So we knew we had hard points on lock. It was a matter of getting to map 5 and just working together.
And I'm just gonna kind of go back to those maps. When you sit down, what are you probably going to be looking for to, like, especially for people who are quite new when you're going to review the VODs? What are you guys looking for to improve, particularly those maps 2 and 3?
To fix maps 2 and 3, I apologize. I had my cousin in the background. The coordination. We always had an idea. We had a strat for each round. It's just coordinating because the control, we honestly lost 2 rounds just by not really talking to each other. So just gotta coordinate, work better together because, you know, COD requires skill, but skill can only get you so far. For anybody that's new, it's all about teamwork.
100%. I couldn't agree with you more. Team chemistry is at the forefront of importance. A lot of times I'll tell people, I used to play competitive myself, 20%, 30% of it is mechanical skill and just gunnies, and then the rest of the percentage, the rest of the 80-70% is actually communicating with people and having that map knowledge, right? Because we explain Invasion, it's like a chessboard. You're waiting for your team to make a move, and you're waiting for the other team to make a move themselves so you can counter it at that. So I think it's really important that you're able to recognize, right, that comms, maybe it's not your gun skills that you didn't think you were lacking, but it was the comms. That's a strong message to not underestimate communication with your team, because as a result, it could leave you at a point where, Old Family, you've put on a show for us tonight. You clearly are a very skilled team and a threat in this league, but if you lack in those comms, all of that starts to crumble as a result. So again, thank you, Marksy, so much for joining us for this little chat here. We really appreciate you coming on and talking to us about your perspective, and we really are excited to see you move on through into the rest of the ECL. And for us in Hyper, good luck for you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So with